What's going on, you guys? My name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. So today we are trying out a new beauty sponge. So today we are trying out the new Juno&Co Fusion Microfiber Sponge, the first microfiber sponge on the market. And yes, I'm super excited to try this out and see if it will replace my beauty blender or my new Real Techniques sponge for my makeup. So without any further ado, let's jump into this video. Okay, hey everybody, I know I look different from in the intro, but I have no face makeup on, just like some eyebrows and eye makeup, and we're going to test this sponge out. So I've already primed my face, and we have our little sponge container here. So it comes in this cute box. Like, this box is cute. I love how it, like, opens like that. I think it's just so pretty. It's not just a box you have to open, like, the little lid of it. I think it's cute. And then when you open it up, you have a little sponge in here. Sorry, I had the wrong box in my hand. You have a little sponge in here, and it is individually wrapped, but I took it out already because no one likes to listen to me open plastic. And this is what your sponge looks like. It has one little flat edge here, a flat top, and like the round bottom and side. So you get like the best of both worlds. You don't get a point, which I really like to get in the inner corner of the eye, but we'll see how it works. Now this is one dry, and then this is what it looks like when it is wet and I already squeezed the water out. So it's bigger. It's not like huge or anything. It's a little bit darker because there's water in it. But my favorite thing about this before putting it on my face is how it feels. Like, it feels so good. Like, I just been doing this, waiting to film, like watching YouTube videos going like this with the sponge because it feels so good. It's like that nice soft microfiber. It's a little bit harder like when you squish it than a beauty blender. A beauty blender is very soft when it's wet. But this one's a little bit harder, but it's just soft, fuzzy feel of it. It just feels so good. You want to rub it on your face. I love it. Let's see if the sponge works, though, because it just feels good, and it feels like a toy to me right now because it's so soft. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm kind of out of it. Let's try on some foundation. We're going to apply it using the sponge. It's supposed to suck up less product than a normal sponge, so let's talk about the product more before I put my makeup on. So this is a Fusion sponge, the first microfiber sponge ever. So it's a microfiber sponge. It's why it feels so good. And then it says it's a Fusion sponge. So in here it says it has like little microfiber pieces. And we open it up and see a couple other products from them. Some lollipop lashes, a big fan brush, and then the sponge itself. On the back you have like a little QR code. Stop overpaying for makeup. This sponge is only $4. Like, I would pay $4 just to play with this little toy right here. And on the back it tells you a little bit about the co-founder. She worked at Ipsy and Ulta Cosmetics and said that they were really overpriced. So, we spent months on working in the same factories that manufacture products from high-end brands to curate Juno&Co selection. By cutting out the middleman, we are offering prestige materials at a fraction of the higher-end price. Which is great, because I love an affordable product. And can we just talk about how good this feels again? Because I really like it. Alright, let's try on this foundation. Today I'm using one that my usual sponge soaks up, and that is the Urban Decay All Nighter in 0.5 is my shade. I'm going to apply it to my face like normal, and then we'll talk about how the sponge performed. Alright guys, so my foundation is on. I don't have concealer on, obviously, but I'm confused. Usually the one pump I usually put on my face first lasts me about this cheek, but I had so much product when I started spreading it out that I put it on this cheek, and it covered both of my cheeks with the same amount of product that I would need for one cheek. So this thing says, I think it said like 75% less product, and oh my god, it was not lying. I don't feel like anything soaked into the sponge, so I used the same side all the way around my face. You can kind of see like a little bit of the foundation on the side here, but I don't think anything really soaked in. Like, pressing into it, there's a little bit of makeup in here, but like it lasted so well around my face, I'm very surprised. The only thing that I don't like right now is that I feel like it's not wet enough. Like, it's doing its job, but it doesn't feel wet when I put it on my face. It feels very dry. I just feel the makeup, and I don't feel like the wet sponge, which I kind of like the wet sponge feeling. It makes me feel like it's working going into my skin, but like, I just saved a lot of product. Anyways, I'm going to do my concealer and all the rest of my face makeup, and then I will be right back. I'm going to re-wet this, though, when I do my concealer, so we can actually see what it's like wet. Alright, so I am back, you guys. I look way better now than I did with just foundation on. But, I just used the sponge for my face. The concealer was very hard to use with the sponge. Like, I still love the way this feels, and it did a really good job spreading the foundation without sucking up all my product. But since I use the Tarte's Shape Tape, it's a thicker texture of concealer, it was really hard to like pack in under the eyes. I had to pinch this really to get into the inner corner. It still worked. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing any concealer, but I kind of want a point. Like, I know I can get this point in there, but I just want a point so bad. And maybe it just takes some getting used to sponges that don't have a point, because all I've used before is the regular Beauty Blender and the Real Techniques, and they all have like the point. But either way, it was very fun. This thing feels so freaking good, especially when it's wet. I do like it for foundation. I feel like it saved me a lot of product because my foundation is not cheap, especially to find one my shade, which is like pale as hell. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want one of these, they're only $4, so it's definitely worth trying out. I'll leave a link to them down below if you're interested, and I will see you guys in my next video. I put out 5 a week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!
Jewels and insufferable.